There's a line in the LIK trailer where they go, இவ்வளோ பண்ண தெரிஞ்ச பிரபஞ்சத்துக்கு அதையும் பண்ண தெரியும். Okay.
My favorite part about working in this film, and I don't know if I can say this, like,
We are here because LIK is scheduled for release April 10th.
Yes.
This time confirmed.
Yes, that's what. No matter what is outside, whether it's positivity or negativity, as long as you're not satisfied and happy and secure on the inside, none of that matters.
Are you sure you're not 45?
Stuck in this 20-year-old body. There is a book which is completely on Draupadi, but I never ended up picking the book. Mostly
Okay.
because I forgot the name. Delusionship, breadcrumbing, benching, cuffing,
Nanoship. Did you suggest all these terms to the team?
No, because I have this very old school ideology. Like, I would want to really, really fall in love once and marry that person and be with them for the rest of my life.
I mean, I wish you the very best with it.
Yes.
And I hope you're the first person in civilization to get it.
I've been training for martial arts for about a year or two now.
I see. Which one?
Taekwondo. People won't have that image of me when they think I have to wait for someone who can come and believe in my skills and really have confidence on what I can do.
But hey, lots of time left.
Lots of time left.
Lots of
That's
unrealized potential.
Exactly.
Just remembered we haven't mentioned LIK even once. So Ani's done a lot to popularize that word.
Yeah. Everybody's like, what's Dheema? And I'm like, I'm Dheema. 20 years ago, cheating was wrong.
Yeah.
But today, it's like, oh my god, if you feel like speaking to AI is better than speaking to your partner, then your partner's just gonna give up and just,
Basic disagreement you have, you're instantly going,
is this right? Is what I did
I
right?
said this, but he said this. Who's right?
You are right. It's you.
Did you say 96?
Yeah,
You must really like Ram then.
I do.
Does he seem like the ideal man in a sense?
Yeah.
Krithi, hi.
Hi.
Hi. We've already started having a conversation
Yes.
beyond the cameras.
Yeah.
But now that they're rolling, what we were talking about was we are at Vicky's office.
Yes.
Yes, and he's got a lot of fancy books lying around.
Yes. I'm gonna ask him if he
Reads these.
reads, but he does read a lot, is
Yeah.
what I've heard.
Yeah. And the one we were talking about
Rumi.
was this one, Spiritual Poems of Rumi. And I opened it briefly and I saw the first couple of pages. And the first one, strangely enough, spoke about fame.
Yeah.
Said you've got to wash your face of fears before you show it to the world. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
Yeah.
And I made you read it as well.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I think that's the best thing someone could do for themselves. Being very honest and truthful here, I was not someone who was an insecure person before I came to cinema. Like, I never thought of, oh my god, am I pretty enough? Or am I like skinny enough? Or all these things that you're made to feel about yourself were never planted in my head growing up, which I'm really grateful for. So luckily, like, if someone did make a comment about it, I wouldn't feel so personally attacked because I didn't feel this way.
I'm assuming you got none.
I mean, that's really sweet. But nothing ever mattered to me because it didn't hit me because I didn't have those insecurities. But if something ever touched upon, like, something that I was already like going down a rabbit hole about, then obviously I was really taken aback by those comments. And sometimes people can be really mean. And then I was like, okay, wait, I mean, this is not, look, I have to go do this and show them that I'm capable or show them that I am enough. But that's not something that they have to decide.
I think for a lot of, I don't know if that, for many people, I'm sure,
Yeah.
fame, public validation plugs certain holes that they probably have.
That's true. But
Within
like
them,
I
right?
said, like I was saying earlier, it does nothing. Like, no matter what is outside, whether it's positivity or negativity, even though the environment is important, as long as you're not satisfied and happy and secure on the inside, none of that
Are
matters.
you sure you're not 45?
Well,
uh,
stuck
no, but
in
on
stuck in this 20-year-old body.
like Melisandre in Game of
Yeah, yeah.
Thrones. Tell me this. You must have.
I haven't watched Game of
You
Thrones,
haven't.
but I've gotten that reference before.
Really?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
I remember some of
that
the names.
unfortunately is a really old woman stuck
Yeah.
in a, not really stuck in a young body, but yeah, pretty much that's the analogy. But you couldn't have been immune to the lure of fame and stardom and all of this. I'm sure on some level you must have thought, yeah, this will make me feel really good. Does it?
It does feel good. Like, it feels good to, because you put in it's energy, right? You put in so much energy into making something. And when it's reciprocated, when it's multiplied, you obviously feel good. I think that's the beauty of a successful film. But at the end of the day, the idea, it's just a byproduct.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of work I put into a film that became successful or a film that did not is the same. Like, the amount of attachment I have is the same at the end of the day. So I don't know how, like, I really don't know honestly, if I really think about it. When Uppena, my first film, released and it became really big,
Yeah.
I remember we went to Rajahmundry and there were there was a swarm of people waiting at the airport to receive us, like me and my co-actor Vaishnav. And they had so much love. And they were like chasing our cars and, like
Must have
making
been surreal
posters.
on some level, no?
Extremely surreal. I feel
Yeah.
like I just zoned out because I was like, is this happening to me? Am I living in a
Why?
dream?
I did
Like,
a
when am I
film.
gonna wake up? Like, and this bubble is gonna burst.
Yeah.
That's a real fear that I had. Okay, that one day, no matter how long this lasts, one day it's gonna go away.
Right.
So I shouldn't get attached to this this idea of what I'm living in right now, because if I get attached to it tomorrow and I don't have it tomorrow, it's gonna be really terrible, like, for me, and I won't be able to enjoy my life as it is, even though I'm very grateful for everything that I have.
I
So
like how we've started off this conversation by talking about the perils of attachment.
yeah, that's where it
You were
went.
talking about how you obviously put in similar effort into even the films that didn't do well.
Yeah,
So, in that sense, ARM must have come as a relief on some level, right?
100%.
Because there were a line of films that didn't particularly do
Yeah,
too well
yeah.
before that.
It did. It really did. Because sadly, the only way you survive in the industry is because if you is, I mean, I'm putting it out really honestly,
Yeah.
is if you have some successful films in your filmography, and that's more than talent is what I feel like. Unless you're really, really able to showcase your talents and like really have a film that comes and you can really perform and get appreciated for that. Unless that happens, and which doesn't happen early on,
I'm sure, yeah.
it takes time. Successful films are important, but again, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's just that one film. It's that one film which
And there
really
are all kinds
matters.
of
Yeah.
superstitions also usually attached, right? To, I hear a lot of stories about, if, especially when an actress is part of a few films that doesn't do well,
Yeah.
instantly people slap them with a label of, they must be fundamentally unlucky. It's best not to, those films didn't do well.
Yeah.
You know, from
It's
whatever
very
limited, I mean, the number of films that you've
conversation.
done.
Yeah, I did experience that.
You did?
And I experienced it very quickly, like, as a not just as an actress, like as a young person growing up in the world.
Yeah.
Like, to see how in the span of a year, how people, like the same people, the same faces, can have very different expressions and can have very different demeanors when they speak to you. It was very shocking because I was taken aback by how quickly it can happen. Like, 1 year is nothing.
Yeah.
When you look back, 1 year is just like a minute.
Yeah.
But within a minute, within a year, if someone can change so drastically just because of the byproduct of your work, I mean, it's a tough place to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That
mean,
accelerates your inner growth also, I think.
yes.
You're like, oh wow, okay, so this is
Okay.
how it's gonna be.
This is how it's going to be, and you make peace with it. Like, maybe it's difficult to digest, but you have to make peace with it, because it's not like you can go change that.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
what I feel, something that's really unfair, is the fact that how women are blamed for it, when
Mm.
when they are not the person driving the film forward. Nobody knows how to make a successful film. Like, even my super seniors who have been in the industry for probably 30, 40 years, I don't think they will also say, "Ki, oh yeah, let me make a successful film and show you."
Yeah.
It's effort. We do this because we love it. But then when a film does not work and suddenly one person is
You're looking
blamed,
for reasons to blame it on someone, right? Yeah.
yeah, and a person who had no say in how
And
the film was
probably a very
being
small
made.
role as well.
Probably a very small role as well. So what, like, that is something that I still feel weird about. Like, why am I being targeted for something that I had no say in? Like, if I cooked something for you and you didn't like it, you can give me feedback. I'll take it because I made it.
Yes.
But if someone just came in, one of the ingredients is just there, they can't take the blame for the whole dish not working out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the culinary comparison as well.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I don't even cook so much.
You spoke about, I mean, you're obviously at an age, a phase in your life where you're still evolving,
Yeah.
where you're understanding everything around you, right?
Thank you for using the word evolving and not growing up.
Nah,
Because
I mean,
people are, that's what people say. People still ask me, did you grow taller since the last time I saw you? I was like, guys, I have passed that age.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. I mean, I feel like I am still evolving.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every single individual, as long as you're
Everyone is
open to evolving, you're
learning.
constantly
Yeah, yeah,
evolving,
yeah, yeah.
right?
And you must be.
Yeah, and then the reason I mentioned that is, but unfortunately, you being in the public eye, being part of cinema, people are very keen to already see you as a finished product, right? They're constantly seeing you as this um, rigid entity already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is who Krithi
This
is.
is who
This is
she
who
is.
she is supposed to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
You know, this is what she brings to the table. Oh, she can dance, or she can do this. It's as though no new qualities can be imbibed anymore.
Yeah, it's really sad, because I think my biggest fear is probably that I'll never get to showcase my full potential because of the idea that has already been built in people's minds. Like, even though these are just skills, I know how to ride a horse. I have been training for martial arts for about a year or two now,
I see. Which
like
one?
taekwondo.
Oh, okay.
But it's more for film.
I
Like,
understand. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Just to make sure the technique
that I
is.
can fight. The technique is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you look at me and when you know that I can dance, I can act, I have done cute roles,
Yes.
people won't have that image of me when they think of me.
Yeah, they'll probably write a scene where you say, "Can I do taekwondo?" and the hero will be like, "Shh."
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh my God, like, I have to live in this bubble that people have created for me and I can't do much about it. And I just have to wait for, like, I don't know if you've seen the film, there's a sentimental value.
Yes.
It has a scene where the father, who's a director, he says, like, I mean, it's so sad to be an actor. You just have to wait around till someone notices you and thinks, oh my God, okay, let this person pull this off.
Yeah.
That's the reality. I mean, I just have to wait for someone, unless I write my own stories and direct it.
That's true.
I have to wait for someone who can come and believe in my skills and really have confidence on what I can do.
But hey, lots of time left.
Lots of time left.
Lots of
Touch wood.
unrealized potential.
Exactly.
So let's hope some of them happen for sure.
Yeah, touch wood. Touch wood.
Well, since we're talking about evolution over the last year, what would you say has been the biggest area of growth for you?
I think I'm a very extreme person, like I'm an extremist. Either I'm all in or all out, which I don't think is a great thing to
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
because you someday, like, for example, I've always wanted to learn tennis.
Okay.
Very small example, but I'm not a very sporty person who can really play well and be like, I'll be great at this. So if I know that I'm not going to be great at this, I will not pick it. Like, I'll just be like, if I'm just going to be mediocre, why spend my time? But now that I've started playing, like, some of my friends forced me to come with them, and I really enjoy it. And who cares if I suck at it? Like, it's just a game. Like,
Yeah.
it's just some, and I'm getting to learn something new. I'm getting a good workout out of it. There's so many positive things to see that I failed to see
And
earlier.
I feel like the difference between mediocrity and excellence sometimes is just repetition, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is going to start off being mediocre. You
Mediocre,
do it more
yeah.
often, and you're suddenly going to get good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you
Like,
made your peace with the fact that you don't need to be tremendous at
at
everything.
something, like, I can just do it and be suck at it or not be great at it. And even if that's the end, like, even if I stop there, it's still okay. Like, I have to strive to be better, but that's okay.
Just remembered we haven't mentioned LIK even once, so so I'm going to do that.
Yes, please do.
With the context of our conversation, it's like a Manirathnam film, no? We start with the middle of the story, and now we are
and
going
now
back to
we
the
go back.
context.
Yeah.
The non-linear narrative. So we are here because LIK is scheduled for release April 10th.
Yes.
And you're in it, obviously. Is it this time confirmed to come out on April 10th?
Yes, that's what.
You've had
Honestly, I mean, if I'm being very honest, lots of people, when the news came out, they were making memes and being like, oh my god, like, I'll only believe if I see it in the theater. I want to see the same thing. Like, so many things have happened. Whenever it comes out, I just want it to come out in the best way possible. I believe in divine timing. And as long as that happens, I'm happy whenever it comes out, because I really feel like we put so much effort and people will be pleasantly surprised. That's what I'm hoping for, honestly, like, whenever it does come out. But as of now, it is 10th.
when you think about the kind of work that you put into this film, what are you thinking of immediately?
I mean, even though I can't really talk about the scene,
I know, yeah.
but there was a very gratifying moment, and that's the moment in the movie that, which is why I decided to do the film, because people often believe that if it's a commercial film, the acting isn't serious, or it's not deep.
Yeah, I absolutely disagree with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but even to play, like, it's at the role, at the end of the day, it's a role. Like, if you're crying and you're crying in whether it's in an art film or whether it's a commercial film, you're still crying as an actor. Or if you're
The
laughing.
difference is probably just how you look.
Yeah, the difference is how you look, exactly. So you still need to carry so much to get there, to perform, like, to be able to be able to act, basically, and it's the same
So
process
there was a big emotional moment here that worked for you.
here, which I, as an actor, for me, the challenge was because it, to the viewer, it could seem a bit ridiculous. But for me to make it work as an actor, like, I had to put in some amount of work. And when on the day of filming, when it actually happened, when I felt honest in that moment, when I felt like I was just living as the character, it was so gratifying.
Character's
Like,
called Dheema.
Dheema. Yeah.
Ani's done a lot to popularize that word.
Yeah. Everybody's like, what's Dheema? And I'm like, I'm Dheema. No, but they think like Dheema is just some word. It's me.
What does it mean, though, sir? Does it mean anything? No.
No, I mean, nothing particularly that we've spoken about. It's just a really good sounding word.
Okay.
As of now for us.
Great song, though.
Great song.
Yeah. I heard him jokingly mention that people are now using that as a nostalgia hit.
No, for these past 2 years, it was my top played song on Spotify, like
Talk about
top
narcissism.
5. I mean, I put it on my story and I was like, I don't mean to be a narcissist, but I do love the song.
Yeah.
And yeah, like,
What's your favorite song from the album?
Dheema.
Of the ones, I think there's still stuff to come out, right? In terms of The music?
Yeah, there is.
I like how instantly you're like, yeah, Dheema. That's my most favorite.
Yeah, like undoubtedly, because I have this weird thing. I mentioned it once before. Whenever I have motion sickness, like whenever I'm in a long travel and I'm starting to feel pukish or like you get that little unsettling kind of feeling
When you're
where
in a
you're
car
like,
or...
yeah,
Yeah.
when you're in a car, I play that song and I instantly feel better. Like
Really?
it actually
Okay,
makes
I'm gonna
me.
use it next time we are doing the whole hairpin bend situation in a hill station.
Yeah, see if it works. I mean, it did for me. I don't know why.
I mean,
I don't know if it's because I'm focusing on learning those lyrics to sing it that breathless.
can you?
I don't, I mean, I'm not gonna attempt, but I do remember all the lyrics.
You do? Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I can lip sync to it.
Oh, you can.
I
Okay,
can.
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very impressive because it's a set of complicated lines as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took me, when it came out, I heard it so many times because I wanted to learn. I have this thing with learning lyrics.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a very millennial Gen Z sort of thing, like remembering lyrics so that when
No, if you like a song, the next
you
step is obviously to note to be able to sing the song
sing
at
it,
least. Yeah. I saw the trailer obviously, and it's set in 2040.
2040.
2040, where apparently cars are flying and stuff's happening. There was a time I remember, I mean, that's a famous meme right now. People saying, oh, by 2025 we thought we'll have flying cars.
Yeah.
But instead we're standing in petrol bunks waiting for people to be.
Yeah, and it's just the price going up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So it feels like sometimes we have all this vivid futuristic imagination of how 20 years from now will look like. But
This
sometimes
is
it doesn't quite pan out, does it?
Yeah, but this is I think Vignesh sir, he took the liberty to go showcase all these things. Okay, yes, let's have flying cars. Let's have you know
Of these ideas, what's your favorite? Of these ideas that don't exist now?
of what we've explored in the movie.
Yeah.
I do love I don't know if you've noticed, like in the teaser, there's a moment where me and Pradeep, we see each other. Like when I get out of the car, they've made these lanes, like running, cycling, texting. Like I like that idea, and I like how the umbrella it displays
The digital thing,
weather.
right?
Yeah. It's quite nice.
Rain's gonna stop in 5 minutes and
5
40
minutes.
seconds and all
Yeah.
So there's a thin line, right? We want information that makes our lives comfortable on one level, but we also don't want to ruin the magic of unpredictability as well. I don't want to get too close to the point of the film itself. I don't know. Usually, tech films or films that are very high on tech and emotion typically have a pattern, right? Like all the Black Mirror episodes, for example.
Yeah.
You usually see technology being useful on one level, but then it ends on a note where you realize that, oh, nothing can. Emotion always wins, and screw technology and all of that.
Yeah.
I wondered what your take is on the matter.
Personally, I feel like people these days have started using, oh my God, you look like AI as a compliment. Like,
They do. Okay.
yeah, but first of all, there's no AI. Like, it's not a person or a robot or a character.
Correct.
But so I don't know what it means. But it's such a normal thing now. But I feel like our beauty, like what separates you and me, or me and another girl or a woman, is our differences, is our imperfections, is the things we know and that we don't know, our experiences, which is something technology can never take away from us.
Yeah.
Because it's something that
It
we
knows
have.
everything supposedly.
Yeah. It's something that only we have.
Yeah.
So I do believe that it's always emotions over technology.
While we are on the subject of belief, I think the trailer has Pradeep's character being referred to as somebody who's probably the last one to believe in love.
Yeah, kinda. Like இல்லாத ஒண்ணு இருக்குன்னு
ஆமா எல்லாரும் தாண்டி வந்துட்டாங்க இவர் மட்டும் தான் அதை நம்புறாருங்கிற மாதிரி.
Yeah.
Today I was talking to director Selvaraghavan. We were having a conversation about something, and he spoke about how already he feels like a certain innocence is lost in love today. Um, he feels like, yeah, from what he saw of life, say 20, 30 years back, he feels like today already it feels like it's uh, that wholehearted submission to the idea of another person doesn't seem to exist anymore. You are the generation that he probably is referring to.
Yeah.
What do you
I
agree?
totally
Do you think
agree.
it's
I
misplaced?
totally
Yeah.
agree because I feel like everything is validated. Like on social media, everything is validated. Like, for example, um, 20 years ago, cheating was wrong. Like cheating, micro cheating, everything was wrong. Like it was like a very strong no.
Yeah.
But today it's like, oh my God, because this person wasn't fit, like fulfilling you emotionally, you had to lean on someone else. It's okay, like one life. Because I think there's that you only live once attitude. That's one.
YOLO attitude.
YOLO attitude. And also because, there's so much. I mean, even though I do kind of believe that some of these things are important, but it's over glorified. Like, it's like, oh my God, like your
I feel like
inner
it's not
child.
simple anymore.
It's not simple anymore. And everything you do is justified. Like, for example, if you're mean to someone, you come home and you read a post saying, okay, your inner child is unsafe in this environment, so it's okay to be mean, like you're just being honest. And that person is going to be like, yes, I did the right thing today.
Yeah.
That's how I think that's
I absolutely hear you.
yeah, that's the
And AI also has
it's
a strange way
so
of
annoying.
validating you constantly for everything that you do.
It's trained to,
Yeah.
I don't know why people don't understand, it's literally trained to agree with you,
Yeah. Make you feel good about
make you
any
feel
choice
good.
you make. Yeah.
And after that, when I go speak to my best friend who's going to be brutally honest, I'm going to be like, this person is wrong. AI is right because AI is just telling me what I want to
That
hear,
is true. Yeah.
not what I need to
Yeah,
hear.
because that person is making you feel good.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you're constantly chasing the feeling of
feeling of feeling good.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
I think that's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same reason why that innocence is lost because like if in a relationship, if you feel like speaking to AI is better than speaking to your partner, then your partner's just gonna give up and just try to make you feel good one
Absolutely
day.
like what you're saying. Yeah.
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 And they're gonna lose their honesty and
Any
authenticity.
basic disagreement you have, you're instantly going there and
Is this right? Is what I did
I
right?
said this, but he said this. Who's right?
You are right. It's you.
I totally understand where you're coming from. He's probably not able to see it yet.
Yeah. And these are the things we want to hear. Like, so it's I feel really bad for our next
Tell me this,
generation.
does this film have some of these ideas as well? Is it talking about bouncing ideas of artificial intelligence systems and all of that? But or no?
Very slightly, I would say.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
slightly.
Okay. Since the title itself is about what insuring on some level,
Yeah.
you would insure something when you want a guarantee on it,
Yeah.
right? Is there any idea, any emotion you wanna insure on some level to feel like, yeah, I want to be sure of this, and I don't want unpredictability about that.
I would like to ensure that I never stop learning. Like, I think growing up, like, again, this past year has just been being the most authentic version of myself and losing something that I learned in my acting school called good girl syndrome is something that, like, that I've been overcompensating just because I didn't like what was around me. So, keeping all that aside, like, only because I chose to go put myself in an uncomfortable position and learn was I able to see a lot of truth. So I feel like you constantly need to put yourself in that place to be able to grow and live a better life.
Yeah. And taking off from what we were talking about, even if it makes you feel bad,
Even if
especially
it
if it
makes,
makes you.
especially because if it makes you feel bad, then there's something already there. Like how we started this conversation about insecurity.
Yes.
Like it'll only touch you if, like, if I touch here, it doesn't hurt. But if I touch a wound, it hurts because it's all there's something there.
Yeah. Are you also preparing to be a shrink? I have a feeling you'll be quite good at it.
I did study psychology.
You did, okay.
I did. I mean, I am.
Okay.
So maybe
Today,
that's where it
today
comes
almost
from.
everybody speaks like a, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who's not necessarily applying it to themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
I was talking to someone over the past week, and I was surprised that they were using terms like, oh, that means he's anxiously attached. That means they are avoidantly attached.
Attached. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, now we are profiling people like this.
Yeah. And like I said, there is so much information now that people happily take these things and use it to validate whatever they're
And
feeling.
you know what I said? I looked at him and I said, hang on, but if you're saying you are anxiously attached here, in a previous relationship, I know you are the one running away from it. So how does that work?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, maybe I was avoidant there.
Yeah.
Then I'm saying, then what's the point
Point
of even
here.
profiling if you're going to be this with one person and,
And that with one person.
Then why even label?
Exactly. Why even learn this?
Yeah.
What are you doing with the knowledge?
We were talking about what love was like 20 to 30 years back.
Yeah.
And, there, everything came under the broad definition of love, right? You looked at someone and you liked it, you thought you were in love. You got married to someone, you decided that, yeah, I'm in love with this person. Today, obviously, we have terms for everything.
Yeah.
We have an ever widening vocabulary.
Yes.
That's referring to all sorts of human experiences we've always had, I think.
Yeah. Just did not, were lazy to label.
Yeah, we just probably called it love.
Love, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And I say this because in this trailer there are a list of terms being referenced.
Yeah, delusionship, breadcrumbing, benching, cuffing, nanoship.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you suggest all these terms to the team?
No. In fact, I didn't know half of
You
these.
did
Like,
not?
I didn't know what they were, obviously.
Okay.
Because I'm a normal person. Vignesh sir, when I was reading, we were doing the reading and I was reading this dialogue, I was like, sir, what are these? He has gone down some hole and he's found out all these things that actually did exist but were not famous enough. Like, situationship is now popular. But I feel like in the near future, all these terms might also come up a little.
You know what's one of my favorite in these list of terms? Zombieing.
Zombieing.
Zombieing, yeah.
What
that
does
means
that mean?
that somebody who disappeared from your life suddenly reappears out of nowhere for absolutely no reason
Nothing.
and acts like nothing happened.
Oh my god.
Great term, right? I really like that.
Yeah, it is a great term.
I heard something called. I just like the imagination of coming up with these words.
Yeah, it's very cute.
I heard something called caspering. That means gently leaving someone and then ghosting them.
Wow.
So you're being a lovable
Casper the
ghost.
friendly ghost, yeah. That's where it comes from.
Yeah. Is this probably moving on? Is this probably the most VFX heavy film that you worked on?
Yes.
I know the James Ravi film Genie is also something like that, is it? I mean, that's fantasy.
It's magical realism.
Yeah. But this one's
heavier.
Heavier.
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of new experiences did that result in for you as a performer?
I think it's just acting.
Yeah?
Like,
Okay.
whether it's I've been saying this, I think.
Green screen or no? What does
Green
it
screen
matter?
or no, yeah, you have to use your imagination a little bit more here because there's nothing in front of you.
To play off. Right?
Yeah, when you're speaking to like, which is what we did a lot in the movie. Like in the teaser also, you keep saying like, and it's the holographic image pops up and you're just reacting to it. You're just imagining like tomorrow in CG they can put anything, but your expression has to match with it.
Yeah.
So, but it's just acting. Like, I don't think it's a
Pretty
big deal.
straightforward,
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
But strangely, coming back to one of your questions, I wish I could ensure falling in love with someone who is like-minded.
Okay.
Because I have this very old school ideology. Like, I would want to really, really fall in love once and marry that person and be with them for the rest of my life. I think I'm still stuck in those Mani Ratnam kind of.
Let my cynical ways not come in the way. But I mean, I
Yeah.
wish you the very best with it.
Yes.
And I hope you're the first person in civilization to get it.
Yeah.
No, but and I don't necessarily mean it as I don't mean to be that cynical
You've
about it.
said, you
But
said,
I'm saying for me, that doesn't, whether that happens or not, I feel like, I hope it happens for you. Uh, I feel like beauty will still exist.
yeah.
Right. And maybe for me, my view is that maybe it's better off existing in bits and pieces so you recognize it for how special it is when it happens, as opposed to it being a consistent plateau. I don't know. I could be wrong. But no, I mean, I hope you get that
Yeah,
wish granted.
I really hope so too. That's the one thing I possibly want to ensure happens.
But
But
do they necessarily need to be like-minded?
like-minded in the sense, like, I mean, they obviously have to be chasing the same things, like being, because I don't think a lot of people that you see today in my generationship have this sort of ideology, which I'm not saying is wrong. You want to be in multiple relationships and figure out what you want, what you are, and eventually where you'll end up. That's totally fine. I'm not someone who never say never, like to each his own.
But you're not seeing too many people believing in it like
Yeah,
you do.
like I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think any like someone I meet will have the same ideology of, because it takes a certain, I mean, if you see our parents and our grandparents,
Takes a certain amount of extremism,
it does.
for sure.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah, which
I
is why
mean,
I'm referring to it. Yeah.
yeah, like I think it requires a lot of patience to actually be with one person. It's so much more difficult. And it's very challenging. Because I mean, if you see all the relationships before us, like no matter what happened, they still stuck together. And I'm not saying you should still be there if it's toxic. Like toxic in a way where it's harming you, hurting you.
No, but
That's not
don't run
okay.
at the first opportunity.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. But I think it would be, I mean, I would want someone like me who believes in giving back, who believes in, who is religious and spiritual at the same time. I mean, those kind of like-minded things.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, like I don't think a lot of people in this generation are also chasing like I don't think I've seen like one woman guy or one man girl sort of thing, which is not wrong. But I just want to meet someone who's
Did you say 96?
yeah,
You must really like Ram then.
I do.
Does he seem like the ideal man in a sense?
It's really sad. It's really sad. I wouldn't, I mean, I obviously don't want someone to, or myself to go through that.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait a second. But yeah, ideally, yeah, I would like to be that person. Like in a better situation.
Hopefully it's.
In a better situationship.
Yeah. Pradeep is obviously, we'll talk about him for a bit. He's obviously a phenomenon.
Yeah.
His films have been doing really well. I will not be asking you to comment on your experience of working with him. But where I'm taking off from here,
Very nice of you.
thank you. No, the reason I bring him up is what's worked in his favor is that he has been able to craft a unique identity for himself.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like other people could easily step into the films that he has done and do the same things that he has done so successfully in those
Yeah.
films.
And be compared to legends like
Yeah, I'm saying he's figured out a body language for himself and he's been consistent with it. He doesn't mind if he overdoes it in certain spaces.
yeah.
Because he's saying this is my grammar, this is who I am in cinema.
Yeah.
Right? And that told me that he was allowed the opportunity to create a brand for himself based on who he is and what he is comfortable with.
Yeah.
I wonder if women are allowed to create, say, for example, a style for themselves, a manner of, expressing themselves that's consistent across, films. Because he's definitely not being quiet and introverted in any film so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is that just a product of people writing those things for him specifically?
I also think it's the product of people being those things. Like, for example, now there are so many, I mean, there are so many male filmmakers. Why I feel like people say the industry is very like male dominant in terms of what they see is because it's also like the makers are also men. So you can't blame them for writing stories about how they feel. Like I'm sure a woman would do the same. Like I will, when I make a film, I'm going to talk about my experience.
Yeah.
Not like I may have very little knowledge or not want to talk about, like maybe a man will be have lesser character or lesser to say or do in my film.
Right.
Maybe. I think that's the byproduct of what we have, and it's not wrong. But at the same time, I feel like he's extremely, like, he has great judgment is what I always say. When I look at him, I know he really thinks things through. Like the people he chose to work with, he knew would bring out a different side and let him bring out the side that he wants to show. That's great judgment. Like it's almost as if working with someone who's willing to collaborate on what you also want to bring.
Right.
So both the people,
So I get what I want and you get
what you want. Yeah, and we both bring our best and our strengths and rise together. I think that's how it has happened.
And that way there is consistency for
For
people
him.
who want to follow your work as well.
Exactly. Like, for example, I mean, there is Tarantino who made
Yeah.
Kill Bill,
Yeah.
which was like,
I know.
I mean,
Yeah,
it is
great
different from.
films.
Yeah. I really, I'm waiting for that to happen here more.
I mean, you are training in taekwondo. So.
Yeah. I just need my Tarantino. But
You consume a lot of cinema?
a bit,
Try to,
like,
okay.
trying to.
Do you have a favorite film made by a woman filmmaker?
Strangely, I love the film Barbie.
Barbie, yeah. Greta
Greta.
is an important filmmaker, yeah.
I know a lot of people did not like it, and I did not like it when I watched it first because I grew up watching Barbie movies, like really like cutesy, very princessy sort of Barbie movies.
Yes.
And I was waiting for all that live action to happen and like 12 princesses dancing because that's what you
Oh, this
wanted.
was the first Greta film you were seeing?
Little Women was her.
Yeah, was her. Yeah.
Hers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Lady Bird was also her.
Yeah, I haven't seen
If
it.
you had seen them, then I don't think you would have
I
had
would
this
have
expectation.
expectation,
You would have
yeah.
been like, yeah, there's no
But
way she's
I
gonna.
still, seeing all the costumes and all the doll-like references, I still felt okay, because there were a lot of references to a lot of iconic costumes. Like I grew up,
Oh, you did? Okay.
Watching so much. I love how this conversation has evolved to Barbies, but
It can go anywhere.
yeah. So I really thought so. But the first time I did not like it. The second time I watched it, I was like, oh my god, this movie is beautiful. Like, I mean, you really need to see it from some kind of perspective, and then it really hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I never realized that there would come a time when you would watch a film and feel bad for Barbies.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Because they're sold as the gold standard of.
Yeah. And that's how society sees women. Like.
Yeah. Nice Barbie commentary as well.
Yeah. I've wanted to say it for so long because I feel like people had so much disappointment towards the film, but it was really good.
Maybe because it came with Oppenheimer as well. And they did sell it as a package in Barbenheimer and all that.
Yeah. But I think it's just the ideology. Like I mean, I was also disappointed at first, right? But because I was like, okay.
No, I thought it was an interesting enough film for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously prefer Lady Bird over it. But just a personal preference, right? Because I thought that was a great coming of age film, which again spoke about about a woman in a way that probably only a woman could have done, maybe.
Maybe.
I am yet to watch it. I would actively recommend that you watch it.
Yeah. Now I'm excited.
Saoirse has a great performance there as well. But before I turn it into a movie recommendation conversation.
Which
I'll be really tempted to turn it into. Okay, let's come back to LIK. There is a line.
There was
Ah,
Hamnet also, which was directed by Chloe, which
you like that as well?
I really like that as well. Even though the movie was about Hamnet and how that came about to be, it still showed the woman's perspective much more and how she felt through all of it. Like,
Might be interesting to get a Draupadi film. No?
it would really be. I'm obsessed with Mahabharata.
You are?
I really like it, yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer? I mean, do you compare between both epics? Do you have a preference between one and the other, or do you like them both? Or
I haven't really indulged in Ramayana as much,
okay.
but I do lean a little more towards Mahabharata for some reason.
Me too. But I think that's because it feels more complex.
True. It's more dramatic. It's because both the sides at one point do seem equal, but it's just the narration which sets your preference.
Preference, no? Yeah.
It's just the book you read,
Yeah,
honestly.
because there were times where I genuinely felt sorry for Duryodhana and all of that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, wow, you stand no chance against God.
Yeah. Yeah, like
And
you
you're still
lost.
trying.
Yeah.
But that could be interesting, where because we only get perspectives of men about these epics constantly.
Yes.
And it's about valor and bravery
There is a
and courage.
book which is completely on Draupadi. I forgot the name. It was recommended to me, and whoever recommended it, she spoke in like real detail about it, but I never ended up picking the book.
I see.
Mostly
Okay.
because I forgot the name. Yeah, but something like that would be really interesting. Because like nobody, no, it's not that nobody ever thought of that perspective, but there is, I mean, just imagine what like her perspective will bring to life. Like there is so much chaos, so much drama, so much, it's unimaginable what she would have gone through in the middle of all of
All
this
of that, no? Yeah.
as a woman married to
5 men, yeah.
5 men,
Yeah. I think you could tell a million stories from that epic.
Yeah.
And you could tell each story many times as
Many
well from different perspectives.
Exactly,
That's the
exactly.
complexity
That's
of that.
what's really interesting. It's just about the perspective, I think, when you
What was your first exposure to it? The Mahabharata?
I was gifted Jaya,
Okay.
the book, is when I was really engrossed the first time. Like, and then I mean, since I am a religious person as well, like, and you see God as God, for me, what really stood out was how God in Jaya was not shown as perfect or as God. He was a character. It didn't revolve around. It was not Bhagavad Gita, obviously. It was Jaya was about the whole journey, and God made mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like a ridiculous statement if you think about it.
Yeah, and it was okay.
Yeah.
So why are we so
That too
afraid?
can make
Like,
mistakes. So can we.
so can we? Like, I mean, just that perspective was embedded in me a little when I read it for the first time. That, I mean, why are you so afraid? Why do you have this need to be good all the time when you just need to be you? Like,
Why submit yourself to the burden of perfection? Right?
yeah, when God Himself did not.
What is perfection anyway?
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. There's a line in the LIK trailer where they go, I'll read the exact line. இவ்வளோ பண்ண தெரிஞ்ச பிரபஞ்சத்துக்கு அதையும் பண்ண தெரியும். Okay.
My favorite part about working in this film, and I don't know if I can say this, like, I'll tell you off camera, but people will know why. Like, I'll definitely speak about it when the film is out.
Okay.
And it's to do with that line.
Ah.
Something to do with that line.
I
So
see.
I'm building a little suspense, but I'm also holding on to what I really wanted to say, which is something I really want to put out.
Okay.
But I don't want to spoil the suspense.
I understand.
Or the
Okay,
experience.
so I won't press on it. Because that also speaks to a certain almost spiritual belief that,
yeah, the universe will take care
beyond
of
you, things will happen for you. Right? And I mean, call it God, call it nature, call it whatever you want to. A belief in the magicality around the world that you live in.
Yeah.
Right? Do you sometimes feel like, oh wow, I had no business getting that or experiencing this, and I feel like someone is organizing things for me.
I 100% do. Like I've always said, I think the reason why I'm in the industry today, sitting here with you, is because that happened for me. Like, I was just, I've told the story a few times now, but giving
Okay.
you a very short,
Yeah, short,
very,
more
very short,
interesting version of it. The
more
most
interesting.
interesting
I
version.
mean, in this perspective, it's the fact that I was done giving all my auditions. Like I'd gone in Mumbai, you go to a specific place where all the auditions happen. Like it's all the studios around it, and I'd finished and I was waiting for my dad to come pick me up, and I really needed to use the washroom. And I'm not someone who was comfortable using a washroom outside. But something just, and there was a studio where I knew there was a washroom because I'd auditioned in that studio many times. So I went all the way there, like I walked and went, like it was quite a walk. I went to that studio, I went to the restroom and I came out and there was a director. She asked me if like I could leave my intro because she was casting for something. And auditions, like there's callbacks, like you have to audition 2-3 times even for ads. So I just left my intro and 2-3 days later I got a call saying like you have to come to Hyderabad for this, we are shooting this ad and it's done. And I was like, wow, I mean, how did
That
this
seemed
happen?
quite straightforward.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I mean, I just left my
Why are
intro.
people even saying it's difficult to break into this
Yeah.
industry?
No, no, no. At that point I had experienced a lot. But then I was like, and then we went to Hyderabad where someone saw me. Her friend was casting for a film, and she was like, you have a very traditional face, like you'll do great in South cinema. Like, have you ever considered? And I was like, I'm not sure. I mean, I was still studying. And then I gave her my mom's number, and she gave it to her friend Karthik, who was a casting director, and he was like they were looking for someone for Rupina.
Before
I
you know it, you've done a film, it's a blockbuster.
Even how I came into Upena, like it took like 8 months of back and forth, and I didn't know that this was happening because my mom had not told me that someone is considering me for a film. Because even though I had no plans of becoming an actor, if I didn't get it, I would definitely be bummed. Like I'd be like, why? So she didn't say anything. So till I actually went for the meeting, I didn't know why I'm going there. Like only on my way back, his mom told me that you've been selected and all these things. And even the story of how the director Bucci sir, he saw so many girls, but somehow he liked me, and I don't even know why. Still, like it's just all magical. Like I don't know what he saw. I was from Bombay. I didn't know how to speak Telugu. I don't know. It's the universe.
Yeah, may the universe continue to do good things for you.
Thank you.
And I wish you the absolute best with LIK as well.
Thank you.
As a parting thought, what are you most excited about as far as this film's release is concerned? I know it's been waiting for a while.
I don't want to sound cocky, but the thing is, I feel like the visuals are so nice. Like, there's so much effort that has gone into making this film. I don't think we've seen this kind of a film before.
Right.
Like, we've obviously had Robot, like Indiran, which was a little futuristic and all those things. But even having that, what we speak about, the visuals, the ideologies are different. And like, I don't think there'll be any comparisons to okay, like is like this film or like that film visually, or the world we've
Saying it certainly will give you an
like
original
an
experience.
original experience, like a one of a kind, is what I feel. And I am really proud to be a part of this film, and I say it very wholeheartedly. I have nothing but respect for all the effort that everybody has put into this film. Like, I'm not just saying it because it's a nice thing to say. I wouldn't say it if I didn't really feel so. Like, and knowing that makes me feel happy.
No, I trust you. I believe it. I know you're an extremist, so I certainly.
Yeah,
I
now
know
you
you don't
know.
believe in half measures for
Now
sure.
you know. Yeah.
But thank you for this conversation.
Thank you.
I liked how started with Rumi and ended with extremism.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.